Dear students, today our topic is stellar evolution. So, myself is I am J. Lavanya, lecturer in botany, Government Degree College, Elementary. Stellar evolution. So, first of all, what is steel? The steel is the central cylinder and is delimited from the cortex by the endodermis. It is present in vascular plants. So, what are vascular plants? The first vascular plants are the pteridophytes. So, the stellar evolution can be observed from the pteridophytes to dicots and monocots up to. So, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, dicots, and monocots. In all these plants, we can see the steel. So, steel is the central cylinder and it is present at the center of the uh, either it is a root or stem. The steel is present in the center. The steel are types protosteel and the syphnosteel. What is protosteel? In stellar evolution, the protosteel is simplest type and it is the first formed steel. So in lower plants, in lower vascular plants, we can see the protosteel. It consists of a core of xylem without parenchymatous pith at center. So in protosteel, we can see the xylem and phloem and there is no pith. These are of different types. Protosteels are of different types. First one is haplosteel. So haplosteel, a central core of xylem surrounded by a sheet of phloem is called haplosteel. In haplosteel, xylem is present at the center and it is surrounded by the phloem. So it is a protosteel, na? That's why there is no pith at the center. We can see this type of haplosteel in plants like Rhynia. It is a fossil plant. And Selaginella, we can see the haplosteel type of protosteel. Actinosteel, a protosteel in which the core of xylem has radiating rays and appears star-shaped is called actinosteel. Phloem is present in between the xylem. So, actinosteel, the xylem is star-shaped. It is having the radiating rays. So, phloem is present in between the xylem covering the remaining part. So, xylem at the center and phloem at the periphery. Xylem is in the shape of star. We can see this type of actinosteel in Lycopodium serratum. Another type is plectosteel. The steel in which the xylem is in the form of parallel plates and phloem bands alternate with the xylem bands is called plectosteel. So, xylem is present in the form of plates and phloem alternates with the xylem. So, this type of plectosteel we can see in the Lycopodium vallabile. Mixed protosteel. This is another type of protosteel. The protosteel in which the irregular groups of xylem are embedded in the meshes of phloem is called mixed protosteel. Mixed protosteel means xylem is embedded in the phloem. This type of mixed protosteel we can see in the Lycopodium cernum. So, in the stellar evolution, shifting of position of protoxylem and metaxylem is an important step. In xylem, when the protoxylem develops towards the periphery It is called exarch condition. If the xylem consists of protoxylem at the periphery, we can call it as exarch condition. Generally, we can see this type of exarch conditions in roots. The xylem with protoxylem at the middle of the metaxylem is called mesarch condition. The xylem with protoxylem at the middle and at the middle of the metaxylem is called mesarch condition. So you can see the protoxylem at the middle. So this type of condition generally we can see in the leaves. In xylem, when the protoxylem develops toward the inner face is called endarch condition. So protoxylem is present towards the inner face. Inner side you can see the protoxylem. This type of condition is called endarch condition. We can see this type of endarch condition generally in stems. So these are the important points, and so this diagram shows the stellar evolution. So protoxylem is the primary type, primitive type, and from this protoxylem different types of steels are evolved. So we can see in this diagram how protoxylem without any pith, later on a type of acnosteels and plectosteels on one side, and in one side a pith is formed at the center of the xylem. Thereby different types of steels we can see up to dictyosteel evolution. So this is about the stellar evolution. Diagrammatically we can see. Next, okay, proto steel is the primitive type. Another one is syphnosteel. So syphnosteel. In syphnosteel, the tubular vascular region surrounds the parenchymatous pith or medulla. There are two views regarding the origin and development of pith in syphnosteel. They are extrastellar origin. So, what we say, protosteel is without pith. Okay, syphnosteel is having the pith. So, how this pith is formed in syphnosteel? So, there are two theories to explain this. One is extrastellar origin. This theory was proposed by Jeffrey. It is also known as invasion theory. According to this theory, the pith originated as a result of invasion of parenchymatous cortex into the steel through leaf gaps in course of development of vascular tissues. So, according to this invasion theory, what we can say here, the pith is originated as a result of invasion of parenchymatous cortex into steel. How this parenchymatous cortex entered into the steel through leaf gaps. So thereby these syphnosteels were originated. Okay, this is one theory. Another theory is intrastellar origin. This was proposed by Pudil, Guinea, Van, and Bower. According to them, the pith is stellar in origin. The pith is stellar in origin. The pith is formed within the steel. The inner vascular elements metamorphosed into parenchyma, resulting in pith. So the inner vascular elements they are metamorphosed into parenchyma, resulting in pith. So this is another theory. Syphnosteels are of different types. So one is the amphiploic syphnosteel. The syphnosteel in which the cylinder of primary xylem is surrounded internally as well as externally by phloem tissue is called amphiploic cypnostele. So examples here are Adiantum and Marsilia. So in Marsilia rhizome we can see this amphiploic cypnostele. In that section you can observe the phloem is present on either side of the xylem. So this stele is also having pith at the center. So amphiploic cypnostele is the cypnostele which is having the phloem on either side of the xylem. So phloem is present on outer side and on inner side. At the center xylem is present. So this type of amphiplex hypnostele we can see in the plants like Adiantum and Marsilia. The pith is at the center which is parenchymatous. So another type of cypnostele is ectoploic cypnostele. A cypnostele in which the xylem is surrounded by phloem only on the outer side is described as ectoploic cypnostele. Example Equisetum and Osmunda. In these plants, we can see this ectoploic cypnostele. So, in ectoploic cypnostele, phloem is present only on outer side of the xylem. So, in Equisetum stem, we can see this type of ectoploic cypnostele which is having pith at center. Because it is a cypnostele, there is a parenchymatous pith at the center. So ectoploic means phloem on outer side. So the cypnostele in which the xylem is surrounded by phloem only on outer side is described as ectoploic cypnostele, which is present in Equisetum and Osmunda. So these are all pteridophytes and solenostele. A cypnostele with a single leaf gap is called solenostele. So, at the where the leaves or branches are present, we can see this type of cypnostele. So, cypnostele with a single leaf gap. This is called as solenostele. We can see this in Adiantum and Marsilia. Another type is dictyostele. A cypnostele with more overlapping leaf gaps is called dictyostele. So, Dryopteris is having this type of dictyostele. In dictyostele, more overlapping leaf gaps are present. So, the cypnostele is broken into pieces because of this leaf gaps. Okay, so next type is polycyclic cypnostele. In this type, two or more concentric steels are present. The outer ring of vascular cylinder is C-shaped. It shows only one leaf gap. Why it is C-shaped? Because of the presence of the leaf gap. This is um, polycyclic solenostele. Another one is polycyclic dictyostele. In this type, there are two concentric rings of steel. The outer ring is a dictyostele having many meristeels, while the inner ring is cypnostele. So, cypnostele means xylem is present, on outer side phloem is present, and there is a central pith. But here, outer ring is broken into meristeels because of the presence of the leaf gaps in outer rings. So, in this type, there are two concentric rings of steel. The outer ring is a dictyostele having many meristeels, while the inner ring is cypnostele. Example Pteridium aqualicum. In another example, Matania pectinata, there are three rings of steels that are broken into meristeels. So, three rings of steels are present, all are broken into meristeels. So, this is about the polycyclic dictyostele. Coming to the use steel. So use steel where you can observe it dicot stem. So up to this we discussed about the steels, different types of steels which are all present in pteridophytes. Use steel. The steel which is split into distinct collateral vascular bundles is called use steel. It is a modified ectoploic cypnosteel. Example, dichostem. In ectoploic cypnosteel, what we can observe? Center pith, then xylem, and on outer side of xylem, phloem. So in the U steel also you can see the xylem towards the inside, phloem towards the outside, and there is a pith at the center. But here the steel is in the form of distinct collateral vascular bundles. So this is called as U steel, and this type of U steel is present in dicot stem. So in the stellar evolution, we can say U steel is formed from the ectoploic cypnosteel. Another type is atactosteel. Atactosteel, the steel with scattered vascular bundles in ground tissue is called atactosteel. Example, monocot stem. So in monocot stem, what we can see, vascular bundles are scattered in the ground tissue. So this type of steel is called atactosteel. So it is present in the monocot stem. So thank you for listening.